Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast, fully fermented. Of course, this is our first fully fermented that we've done since November of last year, which was Exotica. So, of course, yeah. So Matt, like you were there. Of course, we're down in Jersey. We go to Exotica. It's a whole different world. It's basically this show evolved from the regular show. It's just kind of being like a local feature. And Exotica is kind of a local thing. Right. It's local to Jersey. So, but now we're on a whole different spectrum. You know, there we saw a lot of TNA everywhere, all that. But now we're reunited with our good friend Vince, who 4 years ago was one of the first guests we had on the show. And I believe this shop was still in its infancy. Yeah. I believe that. Yeah. And so you guys have this location and you guys have a couple of other locations. So how much have you guys grown since when you started in 2020?
So we went from this one location here in White Plains, Maryland, up to our second store out in Clinton.
Okay.
We also have a processing lab attached to the back. We make our own products now. Technically, labs, Alchemist, Equity, Eden, all of those products from us in our processing lab. And we also have 4 stores in West Virginia. Wow. Coming open near WVU's campus.
Wow, that's good shit. Congratulations, man. Good stuff. So of course, you have your security here. We met your security guard when we came through.
Same.
You know, what have you had any like weird, crazy characters that came in here that big man had to bounce out of? And I mean, Vince, you're big yourself. We all know you were in the NFL, all that stuff. But has this man ever had to carry someone out of here just for acting a fool?
Not yet. I mean, I feel like me and James both looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to like 2018, but it has not happened yet. We had a couple of light situations that happened down in the parking lot or whatever. It was like small problems. We haven't had anything too crazy going. It's pretty chill out here.
Well, yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
It's tough. Even if you try, man, you know, we got little badge locks. We gotta have one of these for every single door to do the building. So and move anywhere within the building. So yeah, it's tough for anybody to come in.
Yeah, all the ones that I've been to, you know, well, this one's working here, even the one they're back in the pretty area. It's scary for me. I mean, they got their shit. It's too many. It'd be really hard for you to like do some real sketchy shit.
Yeah.
Which yeah,
you gotta have the deterrence, man. That's how you know you leave that window where closed pretty tight.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't have to worry about left wrist.
Now what's the best product overall you guys have? What moves the most out of everything you guys have?
I would probably say that have to be the flour. It's between the flour and probably the edibles. Our cartridges are catching up pretty quick. Those are our top 3 because respiration is limited to 10 milligrams. That's 100 milligrams in the back. Cartridges and flour. So that being the case, most people are coming through, you know, they usually might be flour or rock that. That's what they really want the most. More and more we educate them, then they find out all the stuff we got. They start kind of eating over to the bakes. Some people just like the bakes for the convenience, no smell, and they try to move around, travel a lot, family, whatever the case may be. But I probably say the flour.
Now with your edibles, like you guys, I guess they're different strengths, I guess, based off of what you can handle. What is your recommendation for maximum intake for your edibles in one day? Like if someone sits there and goes, I'm gonna eat this entire bag, like how far in the left field are they gonna go?
See, I'm the one person that's okay. Me personally, I eat like 2 or 3, 4, 50, 40 milligram edibles. Cool.
Yeah.
But you know,
well, you had that Tommy Simbazo mushroom punch.
Yeah.
You survived with that.
Who we doing today? Like, I'm going to take that much. And I wasn't laying on my couch, man. I started getting like a little bit of like the spin promo.
Yeah, it'll do that.
And it's like, I just hold on for dear life for a minute.
You ain't ready for it.
It was like 10 minutes. I'm still watching TV. Like, I'm cool. That one of the times I one of my friend so I didn't really know.
Yeah.
I just kind of moved around, you know, I gave it time.
Bro, you just gotta let it happen.
Yeah. I went in the kitchen because like the first thing I was like, whoa, what we got here? And I couldn't, like the cabinet was too confused.
Yeah.
And my girl was like, I gotta go lay down. It was like 7:30 on Friday night. And I out. And then like I woke back up to at like about 5 a.m. And I'm yeah,
But I mean, the average person, I'll say start off at 10, maybe if you have, if there's files available, start at 5, especially if you have like, and that much experience with edibles. Start with a 10, start low, cut it in half if you need to. And it's kind of patient. So then if you feel like, all right, I ate this whole pack of 10 and you just started feeling it, even if it's like 3-4 hours later, then you can go to 25. Unfortunately, recreation is limited to 25 milligrams or 10 milligrams or less. But you know, you got your medical card to get 25 and 40 milligrams. But yeah, I probably say start work with else if you can.
Now with the edibles, and me and Matt, we were talking about some of the stuff on the way down. Like if someone, and we all have seen online stuff like that. Like if people want to speed up the process of getting drunk, they'll take alcohol and they'll just do it anyway. If someone were to take a handful of edibles, besides
It's probably not enough.
like, are you? Is that instant dead? Like,
It's probably not gonna be a good situation. I'm thankful about you, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, well, no, Vince has been on this show. He knows where this.
I
And like,
already knew. It was like,
well, like, if someone tries that, like, how does it work? Like, you know, because
you'll probably just.
do they make it up there, or do they just kind of like melt before?
It's probably just gonna be the stuff. It's probably a real bad sticky situation with somebody who don't want to be in. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. No. There are some companies that make some different little stuff for all that. So.
And you guys have a little bit of everything here. Of course, everybody has a little bit of a view of what we have of the merch, you know, the sign in the background. You guys even have stuff for dogs.
Yeah.
So what
What's the regular dog?
That's just regular.
Yeah.
We have had CBD products that would be dogs.
Really?
Calming them down. This everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we like,
But they have this up.
I got 2 crazy Labradors.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much you can do. You know, you gotta take them outside, run the next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I never had a dog. My mom was good.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you know, there are times where it's like, you know, if I had a little treat I could give them, that would like, you know, would chill out, that'd be awesome. You know?
Okay, now that some of the clients have wandered away,
If
you take-
before.
if you take some of the weed and you break it up and you snort it like cocaine, what do you think? Do you think that is possible?
No.
Like someone just like imagine it's like someone buys something from you and you walk out at the end of the day, you leave. Yeah, why not just let it go left early instead of late? So you go out, you leave at the end of the day, and someone just bought some product. And you go out there, you just see them just kind of, you know, cutting it, and then you just like, are you instantly going out, or are you just like, I'm doing something?
You just
Like,
wasted 30, 40, $50 in the
Sit out.
No, you're not.
Do not do that, because that can still legally get you guys and these guys in the problem. So make sure whenever you go to a dispensary, anything you get, don't just walk outside popping that shit in your mouth like you're eating like candy or something like that. Like, yeah, I think the dude who was behind us when we were driving here, he had something, because I'm looking at it, he like swerves in the lane, and like I look over and he's like this behind me, and I'm like, I'm getting into another lane. I'm like he is on something. I don't know what it is. He's not leaving a dispensary, but this man is sleeping in his car, and I am getting out.
That's usually like something like that. They won't see that many.
So what was opening?
That's not a bar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've been there.
Vegas, man.
Yeah, just pass out. Yeah, I've done that.
Now, with opening the West Virginia locations, was there a difference legality wise with West Virginia as there is Maryland? Were there other hurdles that you guys had to go through for the West Virginia locations that weren't present in Maryland? Or we all know how Maryland is on a lot of things. So
I mean, now actually it was a lot easier, and even with the inspections and everything, it's a lot more lax.
okay.
We can do a lot more different things with there as far as probably having commercials and everything on TV and stuff. They're a lot more.
They got recreational.
No, I still don't remember.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I've heard that.
No, I still don't medical, but it definitely wasn't as many hoops and loops to jump through as it is in Maryland. Like, even though Maryland has a lot of big MSOs here in the state,
Yeah.
multi-state operators. So, it's like the Budweisers and Bud Lights of the state, of the industry, my bad. But, when you kind of battle against those guys, it's a tough process to get that, get that taken care of. In West Virginia, it's like a lot of people doesn't, there are some big companies out there, only maybe like 2 or 3 from Maryland that will stand out their way outside of us. But, it's definitely a different market. Like, there's a huge difference between here and West Virginia. Yeah. But, and then, they have the opioid issues right out there, so it's kind of taking us toll on the community. So that's kind of why the program was passed the community, they want to try and start getting away from that. That was people out. But, it's there's a market there, and West Virginia's on the build up. There's always
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely a market there. And once it starts booming, it's gonna be something to see.
Now, Matt, I know you have, because for your stuff, you do a lot of stuff with like those little, like, what is it?
So I had, last night, I think I was wrestling around with my son, and I cracked the cartridge, and I didn't know it was leaking. And I was wondering, like, that oil or whatever that's in there, can that soak into your skin and get you high?
No, it has to be so it has to be made to do that. So a lot of different products, once you want to go, I can show you there are some lotions and some balm, like the product you see some over here. Like those guys up there, like balm lotions, they have some of the THC in them, so that's made for to go through and get to deliver the THC through a trans process.
Oh, wow.
So it has to be made to that product. You can't just take the regular THC or rub it on, expect it so you can get high.
Yeah, Matt's ready to go fishing in his eyes.
Well, and then I was like, oh, God, I'm gonna get eaten. So I started freaking out a little bit. I was like, oh shit. So I was in the bathroom scrubbing it off and shit.
Nah, it's not okay, God. You just want to know real sticky fingers. It's about all that, like-
It was sticky as shit.
I had busted a little bad. I mean, that's nice. It was one little out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was the world.
Can that stuff be like harmful? I guess if you like don't like wash your hands immediately or something like, let's say it busts and you don't realize that some gets in here. Can that be harmful? And like,
That's the THC one?
yeah,
No.
no, okay, okay.
They don't want to do anything to you. Unless the only way to do something to you is if it's fresh out of the BHO machine before it finishes off gassing, because there's a lot of BHO and nitrogen in there, gases and stuff. So yeah, that would do something to you, but unless you're working in the lab.
Matt's just like, let me put my face in this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so once it gets to surface, the off gas, all the butane, everything else is completely out of there. So yeah, it won't do anything to you. Like I said,
Now, I'm sure, and this is another legality type question, I guess. Now, of course, we were talking about this a little bit on the way here too, is that I guess with dispensaries, now, of course, breweries, you can get like a little like layout of like different beers to try and all. I guess dispensaries, they can't really be at that level where you can, like, can you do like
that stuff.
samples or whatever? Or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, like a flight. Like, can you do like a flight of products or like?
If it's sent to us that way,
Yeah.
yeah, we have had some companies that send us packs of beers. And we'll get a 2 of them a piece maybe.
Okay.
But as far as it's like taking a couple of things and back down the floor already, no, we can't do that.
Okay.
Open it up, because everything comes from since COVID. We used to have bought flour heavy in the store and have like little jars bleeding, pick it up, snip and whatnot.
Yeah.
But ever since COVID, they've been sending everything pre-packaged.
Gotcha.
So yeah, once you break the seal, you got a green waste or somebody buying it.
Gotcha. Right, so you just come in like jars and so you guys were, I guess, did you have like shelves upon shelves of jars like that?
That's basically the situation back
So
then.
you basically the back when they were in jars, it looked like someone that like I guess would collect. Like if
You got
someone
like
was
a mason jar.
like a mason.
No,
jar,
so
like-
this is, bulk flour, it'll be in like these big bags. I think I may have a few back there that was just got shipped in. But it's usually in these big bags, like a half pound to a pound in a single bag. And it depends on how much roll things the bags are big. But normally the pre-packaged is coming in a little 3-5 jar. So it's just a little HHPods in a jar already, and you get it in boxes. You got simple process, bring them in, print them all, stick them up on the shelf, and not get all that. Yeah, initially before COVID, they just sent us these big ass like bags. And you gotta break it down into little 8 containers and grand containers. So, I mean, that was the best times though, because we had 8 grams, full gram pre-roll, half gram pre-roll. So
Yeah.
we're trying to get back to it a little bit, but inventory we got back there right now. And then with it being rec, we so busy, as you can see, so it's kind of hard to pack 8s and grams.
Yeah.
You know, this one.
Andrew, how was the uptick with, when they legalized it in Maryland as a part of the recreational business?
Yeah.
Did you see like a massive uptick?
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that, like, people had like line, like the first day, it was lined up the door to get involved.
I tell you, I think July 1st was I want to say it was Friday, maybe it was Thursday, either way. But we got here an hour and a half early, kind of like getting the store ready, parallel.
Yeah.
And there were already people walking.
Holy crap, people calling out of work that day.
Yeah.
That, like, right.
That's kind of the question I wondered in my mind, because some people that was out here from like 12 o'clock in the afternoon to maybe like 3 or 4. So it's kind of
Friday sale.
like standing in the stuff, but I mean, it was worth it, but the line literally lined up at the door, went all the way down to the actual area, downtown to the city, parking lot was still, I had cars all over here, cars were down the highway, we thought we were about to have fire marshal coming, like finding us out some more. But I mean, it was even smooth, it didn't bother us, it was a busy day, once the doors open, we were moving nonstop.
Nice. And
But
of
yeah,
course, you guys have a lot of foot traffic today. We see people coming in,
This weekend.
going out.
This weekend.
Yeah, and when that happened, I guess, so once it became legal, did the way that you guys, I guess, operated and brought people in, did that have to change instantly? Because I would imagine people were just coming in troves and troves and troves and troves. Because it looks like that now, some people are coming in, it looks like some people are waiting. Is it different from people who are recreational or just buying regular, like the process of, like, medical?
So
compared to
what we
recreation?
usually do is we'll have to check in on medical patients here at the desk because we have to go to the state to check in allotment and things like that. And we normally try to serve them as fast as we can. You have registered the first one designated for them. And a lot of times they do pre-orders anyway, so they usually put it out recreational. You know, they come in and check the ID, make sure it's 21, we can send them on back. And PCAs can check them in on the register on the side.
Nice.
So, yeah, normally just punch their name and everything in the system, their information isn't retained. Only way that the information is retained is if you know volunteer to be a part of our loyalty program, you get punch and all this, that, the third. And then we can say, other than that, your information won't work.
And out of all the products that you guys have here, what has put you on your ass the most? Like, is there anything here that Vince took and Vince was just like, oh man, I can't fuck with this.
I mean, that would probably be one of my heavy edible days, but that's usually when I eat like half a bag of edibles. So it's like you eat enough of those, man. That'll do it.
The record scratch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%.
it get to, that's why I say I like, but like, what do you say, like, this phenomenon, but I know like a handful of people who like the edibles don't do anything.
Oh yeah, I have one of the people here that's like,
Yeah.
They come in and Vince is like,
Smoke,
okay,
take
I'll
dabs,
I'll
and
get
she's
something
like,
for you.
I'm good, man. I'm like, I don't know how you doing this.
It's like,
Like, she ain't big as nothing.
but when you're
Bro, I'm sure it's
They
crazy.
smoke,
Crazy thing I've seen.
or vape pens, all those things work. He's also a real skinny dude. I think it has something to do with his metabolism.
It just depends on their metabolism.
Yeah,
like it's built different on the
burn
inside. Yeah,
Through it before you even get a chance
yeah.
to,
That's just genetics.
Yeah.
That's just genetics. You
I'm
can't-
like, that kind of sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like you're missing out.
I give my girl at home like a half of a 10 and she's done, like she cooked.
Oh, yeah.
I eat a 10 and like my day just getting started. So like, I eat a 10 milligrams of tea before I go work out in the morning, bro.
Oh,
And, yeah, go
Yeah.
in there. Don't need a Red Bull, nothing. Just
you do get, I don't know,
like don't eat no 25 or 30 minutes. You're not gonna know it, but if you like a little 5 or 10 or something, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be on cloud 9
No.
while you're working out. Like, you're
Not-
sitting
not
there
working
trying
out.
to bench press and you're just so high out of your mind.
When you do
Sit there
edible,
falling
you know,
Yeah.
like, it's like the chill, you don't wanna be on the machine.
Oh, yeah. You definitely got this.
Right.
I don't do any because I don't have any problem.
Right.
So it's like, like I gotta, like, you don't need to put me down.
Yeah,
Like,
I do indica at night.
Yeah,
Sleep.
that's
I
not
fell
fine.
asleep and stuff like things, so
Right.
I do.
I prefer indicas because it puts me out. My wife likes it when I do sativa because I'll do shit around the house.
Imagine yeah.
Hanging pictures and shit. I'll be on the roof like shit, fucking.
Sweeping
the fucking
He's sweeping the gutters. He's sweeping out gutters.
Yeah.
not that, I mean,
Right,
right there.
that shit's, yeah, that's just like run around the house, vacuuming, cleaning out the fucking aquarium, like, oh.
Yeah, I do find that like, but it's like, once you do one thing. It's easy,
Yeah.
you know, then you get your brain, and, which that's. It, you know, makes doing a house full of bullshit,
Right.
stop a little less.
Have you ever been in a situation where you did an edible or something like that, and you had to go somewhere, and like it slowly crept up on you that you were mentally freaking out before you went there? Because I know.
Do that.
Well, Matt did it the first time we ever went to Exotica.
Yeah.
He had like a crunch berries edible that he says, as we're driving to Jersey, he's just consuming this thing. And like, before we got there, like we pulled into the parking lot, he's just kind of like, ah. And like before we went.
Yeah, but you wait like 30 minutes, I don't feel that you start much on the rest.
Right.
Like 2.5 hours later.
That's my lesson.
Yeah.
And I know my limit now where I'm like, yeah, not a good idea to beat the rest of that. I'll say that.
You start actually seeing a tunnel, you know it's getting real.
Well, it was the thing that last year's Exotica, when we went in, it was the one that was in DC. And we went in, and as soon as we went in, there was this woman at her kids' room was through the floor. As soon as we went in, Matt was just like, "Ah, look at that." I was just like, oh,
Pointed things when I.
Wow, 30.
and this
I was going.
this woman went by like at least like 3 times, and each time Matt's just normally how enamored he is was leveled up by like 14 of just yeah. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, we're gonna be banned from Exotica for life.
Especially the girls that like dance in the cages. It's like, oh wow. It's like,
Matt's just sitting there like this, just looking like that.
it's like, we still got a
You still gotta keep the mics and the cameras going.
Yeah, we still need to, we're here to work. We need to work. And also while we were there too, and I don't know, like, we saw a girl walking by, and I don't know if you've ever been to anything, Exotica's wild. So, you know, it's a whole adult convention, you know, so we see this girl, and Matt noticed it, Matt's like, wait, and we see this girl, she's walking with this dragon scale dildo. Like literally, and she's holding this thing like an infant. It is the size of an infant. And she's walking with this. And Matt's just sitting there, he's tapping me. He's tapping me. He's like, hey, is that going in her or somebody else? And I was like, and like at that point, like it's just, that's all I thought about all day was
it was a kraken. It was like the.
it was like a kraken, like
That's what it was. It wasn't like this. What it exactly what it was.
and this thing was like the size of a bowling alley. Like yeah. So I mean, so imagine that, like,
You made a hard left in Utah.
oh, dude, that's the way it showed. So imagine someone gets like some product, and then they have something like that. Like they get product and they go home and they're like, well, man, look at what I got for you.
I just come out of nowhere.
It's like, hey, look, I got some product and I went up to the road.
That might go over the fence.
Yeah.
Might go by.
What about speaking of conventions? Do you guys do like any like conventions? Like, can you do conventions?
So I mean, it's conventions that come to the area. I know they normally come to Baltimore.
Okay.
I know we signed up for one of those. We did one a couple of years ago. Actually, it's tattoo convention. We have
Nice.
And there's another cannabis convention coming. I think it's in April.
Okay.
We signed up. We got a booth there. So yeah, we'll be there for that. I can't remember the exact name.
That the Villain Arts one?
I'm bad with names.
Okay.
People anything.
Is it at the Baltimore Convention Center, I think? I think it's the Villain Arts one. So actually, I might.
The cannabis fest?
Yeah, you got it on that?
Because the last time they had it, last
Nah,
time.
you
they had
could've looked like-
it,
Big pause, I'm like,
it was still reached on medical, so we couldn't do stuff.
Oh,
like that.
okay.
So like, the rules changed a little bit with recreational, so we still trying to figure our way through and see what we can and can't do. We have a
Yeah.
couple things coming up around 420, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Y'all wanna pop up and do like, so.
Yeah.
That, let me know, work something out.
Maybe we'll come up, we'll bring up some of our comedian friends along with the two, like Tommy and.
Tommy, you love it, I am.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll be kind of nervous about seeing Tommy out
Speaking of Tommy,
there.
PTSD, but yes, yeah, you get PTSD with the fucking second round. No.
Throwing both that out.
Yeah.
I was once told, and one of Tommy's other comedian friends once told me, if Tommy offers you anything, don't take it.
Yeah, we do.
And I remember when we did our 1 year anniversary show, you came and Tommy brought you some of that mushroom punch. And I remember one of the other comedians was Ray upset or whatever and all that, you gave Vince some of that punch. No, you didn't give a fuck. And I was like, oh, yeah, and so you took that. So did that like put you on cloud nine? Because I know like Tommy Sambato is implements that mushroom punch.
Xbox on, bro, and I tell you, I went to work. I was locked in, bro. That shit was like Adderall.
Vince just went and played like 15 football games
I
in
played
one
like
day.
5 games, I played like 4 games, 2K, I was on the work. Bro,
We, my buddy got somewhere down in the sea, they were like, pretty with a bunch of them. So like, I ate like half of that, I wouldn't see a problem, but it's. That was awesome, yeah.
Right.
But like, before the show started, I know when it was getting to me, because there's a little area where you can like smoke cigarettes, and like, I was smoking, looking out, like, it's down. And I was fixated.
I need to get this horse.
So it's like you know it's over there, but it feels like right here, like, you know what I mean? I was using shit on that horse.
Just staring the horse in the eyes, just.
yeah, probably stayed there for like 2.5 hours, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I got back to sleep.
So,
Now, with stuff like that, do you guys have punches or anything like that here, or is that like a
Like
different, yeah, like.
but we do have THC drinks. They come in 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams. You're gonna get 200, you know.
I guess with like mushroom type drinks like that, is that something that I guess like is different, like I guess marijuana is legal, so like. You can't have stuff like that. And
I got to pass it. Yeah, most of them ain't done Maryland yet, but I mean.
The thing, I don't understand what the, like, my day job, I have a truck route, ECM.
Yeah.
But then again, I never really, it's like, I got some.
Yeah.
Stuff that, and this before was like legit here,
Yeah.
and, but like, there's like a little sign they put, like, code, whatever, like, I don't know exactly what that means.
Appliance, that's a state for like.
Well, it's just with DC, I don't say. Yeah, I don't, yeah, it's like, I need to look into that, like, but that's what I'm.
It's still just the pop-ups out there, right? Like, you gotta go with. It's that pop-ups, you got like. I
Yeah,
don't really be out there like,
Well,
I go bud, I go out there. for other
yeah,
stuff.
well, it's crazy because DC is weird with a lot of stuff, because like throughout the years that I wrestled. I never ever wrestled in DC because it's almost hard. It's impossible to get a promoter's license and run a wrestling show in DC. Yeah, like, and just various venues and all that too. It's just it's hard, like, yeah.
Like WWE.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you would take something.
So with everything, of course, you guys are moving into West Virginia and all that. So what's the goal after that? Where do you guys see yourselves going after that? Like, do you want to try to do more Maryland locations? Do you want to try to, move into other states? Yeah.
I mean, it really just kind of depends on what opportunity presents itself. I mean, the state only opens up opportunities for new license every couple of years or so. Then even with that, it's only a certain amount of license they hand out. Free for all,
Yeah, I'm sure they cost.
Yeah. I mean, a bit too, it's like gambling almost. You paying for the chance to
Yeah,
get away. You're not getting your money back. So it's kind of like, but in West Virginia, there was a company that would sell those channels, bought those. So it also kind of depends on who. So that's kind of how we came to our second store too. Some like had a hard time figuring out of it. So it kind of just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
What's gonna take more time. I mean, we definitely want to grow a little more, bro. Any opportunity to get. Definitely would be nice to get a grow.
Yeah.
Some of those, we do have some things coming down the line. It's really patient. I don't say too much right now. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Stars and stuff. You have too many people, too many plans. And, oh, you paying how much for this?
And then if it falls through, it also
Exactly,
comes in and.
exactly. We got a couple of things coming up. We're trying to look for partners.
Nice. Well, guys, you always know with this show, if you ever want us to plug anything out for
Yeah,
you.
you know I can do that.
And speaking of which, shout out Bubba. Have you seen Bubba
Oh,
recently?
you got.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it's a real one. You know.
Oh, yeah. And last time we saw you was his basketball game, the celebrity basketball game, which you killed in that. But,
Oh, had like 10 points.
Yeah. But you know what? You were moving. Like the whole time there was one point I looked and I was like, Vince has been moving his ass off. And there was so much going on. I'm not even gonna bring up the teams. Like there was just so much going on that day. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing, like Bubba had like so many different people there, of course, what's Muhammad Ali's wife's name? She was yeah. But she was there, T.O. was a part of the game, you were a part of the game. So even with that, so you played basketball with Bubba during a celebrity basketball game. Athletics wise, I guess, you don't play ball anymore. So have you fully moved away from, I guess, like the athletic and you're just dedicating everything to here? Or is still part of you still doing like that? Want to do the athletic type stuff as well?
I mean, for the most part, the only thing athletically that I'm doing right now, I'm probably trying to be in the training people.
Okay.
I work out every day. So I had a couple people from here that's kind of like, yo, can I get that with you? That help me out. And I was kind of working on my baby. I've always helped my brother. So that's kind of like the area that I'm more leaning towards, it's like personal training type thing. Maybe eventually I've always kind of thought about getting into coaching.
Yeah.
That's kind of, if I got into especially the college level, anything beyond that, it would take a lot of time with my family. But obviously I said a passion for football. I have a couple of friends reaching out. I'll probably start trying to go up to a couple of kids camp, so I'm giving back to the game that way. And start probably maybe helping my old coach out back home with some fans, helping with the O-line, something that it's definitely been on my mind. I'm just trying to, get everything organized. So I can kind of get back to it. Taking on a lot right now. But you know what I'm saying? But I mean,
You gotta realize we're going so many hours a day.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, you cut the time out for certain places and you schedule stuff ahead of time. I think I can make it happen. But it's still a passion of mine. I still love working out. I still love having people, achieve their dreams, whether it's fitness wise.
Yeah.
No, I kind of want to start giving back to the kids, getting their ear. Coaching up some areas, where try to kind of get back to the game a little bit, man. Like I said, you missed the game.
Yeah, it's always in you.
Yeah.
Like pro wrestling, I wake up every day missing pro wrestling.
Yeah, man.
That's the way it works.
You go to that little phase where it's like, wow, I can't believe it's over. And people say mild depression, whatever the case may be, because it's like losing love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Great.
after
That's fine.
like that, you can't scratch, but
Something like that is kind of like, and somebody once told me that like having a passion or something like that is kind of like a bad drug addiction. You wake up thinking about it. You always think about it. You become that. Like I use a lot of things in my everyday life that were that. Just like stuff you picked up in football, terminology, all that stuff. You probably still use that because it's here. Like that's the whole thing. And
absolutely. I still approach a lot of things I learned from football helps me in my daily approach to life. You know what I'm saying?
And of course, do you guys ship nationwide?
No.
Okay.
No. Just look. So the only thing we ship and we receive orders as far as the lab goes, it's all statewide.
Gotcha.
It's not. We probably won't get anything like that until it's federally legal.
Gotcha.
So, the government pull the trigger on that.
And then trying to get them to do something like that.
I mean, I feel like it's eventually gonna happen because there's so many states year after year that's passing medical.
It's just coming through.
It's coming. It's eventually coming.
It's almost like we kind of strong arm them into doing because people were doing it so recreation
Exactly.
it's just kind of like, hey, we kind of strong arm into the legalization as it is because people are going to do it regardless. So with the shop, with Chesapeake Apothecary, where can everybody find you guys? And of course, can they order, I guess, can they order them and then pick up? So how can everybody find you, and how does the process, in case anybody, watching out there wants to come, get some product, whatever, how can they find you guys and put all that up?
So our website will be www.chesapeakeapothecary.com, and you can select whichever location you want to shop at right there. Initially, soon the menu pops up to the White Plains of Cleveland. Whether you're down in White Plains or closer to DC, PG County, you can get the Cleveland store, we're up there as well. You can also you can order everything that you need online. You can't pay online, but you can put your whole order in, come in, pick it up, no problem, and wait for you to be here. Other than that, we have our socials on Instagram, Twitter/X now. Chesapeake Apothecary OG for the White Plains location, Chesapeake Apothecary North White Plains location.
Okay, sweet. And what we're gonna do, of course, for those of you watching at home, we're gonna actually take a tour of the place, and we're gonna have a lot of cool video, photo stuff. Shout out to Brent. He came down. He's taking a lot of videos, photos. You guys are gonna see it right here on Roku and Fire TV. And Vince, man, it's always a pleasure. So we're gonna walk around, get a little bit of a visual of some stuff, ask some questions, and then maybe we'll come out and see if anybody, coming in and going out wants to talk to us, pick up, all that cool stuff. And, all right, cool. Let's do that. We'll be right back right here momentarily, right here on the HHPods. Fermented.
Hey, everybody out there. This is Jeff, the Shark Perini from the Yo Show. Check us out at www.theyoshow215.com. But I'm here plugging the Happy Hour podcast. My man Ray Chase. Love a great time on Happy Hour podcast. Every time you tune in, you're going to expect something different, and it's worth it.
We want you to tell us where you're getting all this information from. What is the source of your power? Tell us now.
Bro, I told you. It's an app called Pod Nation TV. It's got all these great award-winning podcasts on demand. And it's exclusively for Pod Nation TV. And the best part of it is that it's totally free. No sign-up costs, no hidden fees, just endless podcasts.
Really?
Pod Nation, take me to your podcast.
Derek Sharp, the owner of Curtain Jerker Designs, who does an amazing job. I'm blown away every single time, and his speed that he has getting everything back to us is immaculate.
Hit up Derek with Curtain Jerker Designs.
Look no further than Curtain Jerker Designs. Make sure you hit up Derek.
Derek Sharp, man. Hey, just want to say thank you for the posters, all the hard work you put into, man. We really appreciate you, man.
A shout out to Derek Sharp from Curtain Jerker Designs. Yo, dude. Just want to say, this poster, off the hook.
Hey, what's up, players? This is Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and I want to give a big shout out to my man Derek over there with Curtain Jerkers Designs.
If you are looking for the best graphics, the best designs, look up Curtain Jerker. I did.
Curtain Jerker Designs. That's who I use for any of my graphic designs, and you should too.
Thanks, Curtain Jerker Designs. Big old shout out to Curtain Jerker Designs. You see that? You see that beauty? That's all you, Curtain Jerker.
Hello, wrestling promoters. The Big Val Boski wants to give you a big tip. If you're looking for a graphic designer to do your next events, promotional posters, hit up Derek at Curtain Jerker Designs.
A lifelong wrestling fan, as we all are. I went through the part with the reffing, and I got to a part where I did ring announcing. I did everything there was to do. I had a match. But because I have that background, that's where I stepped in and said, hey, like, I do flyers. Let me help you guys out.
Pod Nation TV has you beamed up with Out of This World award-winning podcast, found exclusively on Pod Nation TV. Download Pod Nation TV for Roku and Fire TV. Pod Nation TV, Out of This World.
Hello, I'm Dennis with Checker Spot Brewing Company. We're located at 1421 Ridgely Street in Baltimore, right in the shadows of M&T Bank Stadium. Open 7 days a week with locally crafted beer.
This is Kelly Collins, and you are watching the Happy Hour podcast. Come here. I don't know where's the link that I have down.
Yeah, this where all the magic happens, man. Oh.
So Vince, setting up back here, like how did that go? Like, has this always had the same modern look, or did this just kind of evolve over time?
It's kind of evolved over time. So it's kind of the initial foundation of the room, or the retail floor, has basically always been this way. We've added a lot of things like the terrarium here in the middle. That was added maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. It took us a while to come up with the concept, but finally all came together eventually. I had to go through some things with the commission to get it fully compliant, but it eventually came to fruition. This back wall over here with all our glass display, we just kind of redid that here recently as well, but we've always kept our cartridges and our edibles back there on the back wall, kind of shifted it around a little bit to include some glass, make it a little more visible for people that may want to purchase that. Okay. But on the newspaper and everything up top has kind of always been a part of the theme. The jars up top have always kind of been a part of the theme, kind of for that apothecary type feel. That's kind of the vibe and the theme and the concept of the company.
Now the newspaper, tracking down the newspaper, like is that stuff that you just printed out online, or did you actually track down?
No, I believe so. So the gang that's from here and my partner Seth tracked it down. Really? And got those old papers and had them kind of put into like a frame type structure and pasted up there on the wall when they initially was renovating the property. And that was kind of one of the things that drew me to invest into the company, was when I kind of seen what they were going with the concept of thing. Like it was just it was being put very well together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I noticed that when I used the bathroom earlier, in the bathroom, you guys actually had, what was it, how the toilet seat was created. Yeah. Like the inventor of the toilet seat.
Yeah. Our girls, our marketing team, our girls are pretty good at finding some pretty good quality fixtures to add to the business. Give it that feel, give it that vibe. What's going on, Chief?
So merch-wise, it looks like you guys have a lot of stuff merch-wise as well. So
yes, sir. So normally we try to, every season we try to either do t-shirts or hoodies or something of the sort. We do book bags as well. Try to kind of, give us a little bit of apparel line and kind of bring that vibe, bring a little swag to the company, and try to build an identity and a brand around the company.
And with everything in here, like of course you see like some bongs and all that stuff in here.
Yep.
Do you have any bongs that are your favorite?
So we put out a couple years back. One that was kind of shaped like a Hennessy bottle.
Nice.
Yeah, it was tight. And then we had one that was kind of shaped like a football. I got that one too.
Really?
Yeah. It was dope. But we have a lot of different pieces. Like one of these guys, these are rigs.
So I don't really like dab that much. That's my partner and a lot of other people here, but they're kind of heavy into those. I like our bigger glass pieces. I actually been thinking about getting this little Studebaker over here. Because you see Wiz with these on the internet all the time. And I've been wanting to grab one for the longest, bro. Eventually I'm gonna grab one, but I kind of just been chilling. I enjoy rolling my J's a little too much. Yeah. I can't break away from rolling my J's, bro.
Now, is there a reason why this one right here is in like the special container? Like, is that
So that's one of our cooler pieces. That's a rig actually, and it's because it has those 3 chambers. So that's kind of popular amongst a lot of the dab heads and whatnot. So yeah, we usually try to keep some pretty cool grab pieces in here. It's cool. It's tight. Yeah. Our team pretty good at picking out a lot of cool stuff, man. To pique people's interest.
What was the animals that you were saying that you were saying like the best tasting ones?
Oh, so that's gonna be these guys right here. So that's gonna be these. So anything you see from this company right here, they all come in 10 milligrams and they are fire, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, this is literally some of the best tasting edibles I've had in a long time. Like I'll sit there and eat them things like candy. I was telling somebody yesterday, I'll take a box of these and go to the movies, bro, and just like that's part of my plan for something that's coming. I'm trying to tell you, some bunch of crunch. They can keep that, keep the popcorn. I'm rolling with this. Like, bro, yeah. Yeah, I would say try those out. I had the blood orange. It has a little bit of CBC, CBG in them. It's like a daytime type deal. But if you want like a straight indica, this guy's a hybrid right here, the sour tangerine. And where was the other one? The raspberry. No, that's the sativa. The huckleberry is a hybrid. Where did it go? There it is, the Marionberry. The Marionberry.
Marionberry?
Yep. It's a good indica. There was another one. There was it wasn't raspberry. What was the other flavor that I had? Sour cherry. It's sour cherry. It's an indica. Yeah. Sour cherry is delicious.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you. But this is also our carts and stuff right here. Like I was telling you from the processing lab, these are the ones that we make, the Equity, Alchemist, and the Eden brands. We make half-gram, whole-gram carts and 0.3 and 0.5 gram disposables as well. And we also make our own concentrates.
Peach cobbler.
Yeah.
How was that?
I charge batteries up, I got charging batteries in, I charge about probably
Each time I go to the parents' product, they have the Christmas flowers.
Yeah.
They have the one strain called Cheetah.
Yeah, we had that in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had the cookie strain.
That was the one I like one only. I'm used to the wacky names, but that was the
That shit, yeah. When we first got that in here, everybody was tripping off that. That and the Poochie Love. Yeah. It's gonna be right here on the wall. This is gonna be all our pre-rolls. This is gonna be all our indica apes right here at the end. In the middle is gonna be our hybrids. The middle is gonna be the hybrids. And we also have the hybrid pre-rolls up here. And the front right there is gonna be our sativas. And sativa pre-rolls available as well. But a lot of our most popular strains are in the sativa drawer.
This is where everything goes down.
Oh yeah. This is where the action is. It's a little quiet here. Yeah. This is where you want to be, man. This is where everything is, right here.
And I'm standing here with Mike. So, Mike, we've gotten a little bit of a mixed reaction. You know, whether you've been here for 7 months, whether you've been here forever, whether the foundation was built with your blood, sweat, and tears. You know?
Forgiveness is a thing, buddy. It happens. It's the best.
So, man, you've been here, so I'm sure you've seen some stuff. Of course, you know, you work with Vince. Vince is an awesome guy. So, what do you, for anybody watching at home, what do you recommend? Like, what is your go-to that if someone was like, hey, man, I want to come up, I want to try something, what product would you recommend to the masses out there?
Oh man, there's so many, and the way that we do here is you're really dictating to the customer, you know what I mean? So honestly, it's what you like, what you get to, and what you're looking for in period.
Okay.
So as what we do, we just kind of listen to you of what your problem is, what you need to have, what you want to go to. Me personally, anything with Jack Herrera. If Jack Herrera's there, man, that was the first thing I ever had, and people are always like, hey, nothing happens the first time. Oh, yeah, it did. So that's usually my go-to. It's that good old pal from back in the day where you're like, I remember that guy.
Now, I'm going to ask you one of the same questions we asked Vince. Is there anything that you had from here that after you had it, you were just like, what the fuck is happening? And it put you on cloud 9.
Honestly, I just sold the last pre-roll that we had of sour Tahoe. I never liked any kind of Tahoes whatsoever. And I had a friend come over and she brought it over and I was sitting there watching American Dad. And of course I'm gonna laugh to it either way. It's American Dad. It's hilarious. I was on the giggles like it was nobody's business. Made a fool of myself in the best way possible. But no, that one, it got me in one of those ways where I'm like, okay. All right.
You think you're American Dad when you're done.
Yeah, exactly. I'll say in the mirror, like, this is all that is a man. You know what I mean? And it's not. It's not.
You get so high to the point that they go outside and they're like, what are you doing? You're making a garden of ladders.
Yeah,
and they're just like, wait, what?
Don't question my ladders, man.
Don't question my
ladders
methods.
are here for a reason. How are the gnomes going to get high enough?
So with everything, like, do you prefer, just the basic regular, smoking? Do you prefer, edibles?
I'm all J's.
What is?
I'm all J's.
Okay, so you're the jack of all trades. Like,
I sit there, So for me, I like rolling it because it's more, you sit there, you can have a conversation. You're not hitting a bowl and
taking your time,
dying, passing to the next person, then they're dying. You can't have a conversation. Then afterwards, you're just sitting there like this. I like a nice calm. Hey, dude, let's talk. Let's talk about the wildest shit. Dude, did you see that thing out there? I wonder if it moves by itself. Man. That stuff.
Nice. And have you?
Exactly. Exactly. You might as well go there, dude. What's the next conspiracy that we're going to talk about, dude?
What is it? Have you ever had the old school That 70s Show circle around where like you guys are just kind of talking?
It's been a while, but honestly, I just had a hot box the other day, and I just went to the car and I was like, you know what? All right. I haven't done this forever. It was horrible, but it was great.
You just come out of here like, what? It was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself.
You gotta remember when the songs were like, I can't believe I did this. I'm not going to do it again. But good memories.
Nice. Mike, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Of course, this is the HHPods, fully fermented.
These are the concentrates.
Okay.
And then, like I said, these guys right here are Eden Brain.
Okay.
And then our alchemists, these guys are all made by us. Butters, sugars, shatters, diamonds. Yeah, man. We got all your favorite dabs.
Nice.
This and the pre-pack apes.
Okay. So this is all the pre-pack stuff right here. So you guys can just come back and just grab whatever someone.
Yeah,
just
we
says,
do. Not the place, not the customer.
Yeah. Now, so basically, you call this the vault.
Yeah, it's the prep room.
So this is kind of like the Fort Knox of this building. So what would it take, like, if someone somehow made it back here?
like I said, it would be pretty tough. It would take a lot of effort. You would have to be like, I'm not gonna lay out that whole but it's virtually impossible. That's kind of why we did our security the way that we did, to make sure that everyone in here is safe, all the products
makes sense.
Make sure that we have very little risk when we come here on the day-to-day operations.
Okay.
So that was all part of the plan from the beginning. We tried to structure it to make it difficult.
Nice.
So and it's held us down this long. We've been here since 2018 and haven't had any badness. Just little small things here and there, part a lot, but outside of that, nothing too crazy.
You have these guys too. So how quick do you guys go through the chocolates?
It depends on the product, man. But a lot of times our vendors now are sending us 5 milligram and 10 milligram type products because the direct market is what's booming right now. The medical market is such a small corner of the market now because it's so limited, only 25s and 40s, when the majority of the people is going to be the reg market. So with everybody producing 5 milligram and 10 milligram edibles, those things are flying off their shelves.
Really?
And with these guys, the Lux, and Discos, and there's somebody else I'm forgetting that produces the chocolates. They produce these different flavors and different types, like peanut butter crunch, dark chocolate, and you got these guys with sea salt caramel, macchiato, smoked almond. And they're delicious, man. A lot of times you can barely taste the THC. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of hint of it.
A little bit of a kick for it.
Yeah, but mostly then the gummies, you barely taste any. You hardly ever taste any THC, and those usually just taste like a little piece of candy. That's why I always tell people to be careful. But I have sold them to them. It's like, yo, just nibble on this. I'm trying to eat it, and it's like, I don't taste anything, and I'm fine. Like, no, that's not how that works. Like,
you eat too
many of them, they will put you down. For sure.
I'm standing here with Nick, so we're still here at Chesapeake Apothecary, and Nick, How long have you been at this wonderful establishment?
I've been here since late 2018, so I've been working here for some time. Yeah, I'm a part of one of the original groups with Vince and some other people here, so I've had some time here working, so it's been fun.
So we saw you back in the dispensing area. You were behind the counter and all that. So what do you think is the most outgoing product that you see moving back and forth back there? Because you guys had a lot of stuff back there. It was amazing, beautiful area back there. What do you think is probably one of the most moving things out of the dispensing area?
Definitely our flower selection. I would say our flower selection is much bigger than some other stores that I've been to. We try to carry a decent amount of brands. I would also say our solventless that we carry. Okay. We carry a certain product called Eden. We make solventless hash through that company, so I would definitely say that that's a popular one. Besides that, I mean, we have a big edible selection. Our flower selection is good, so pretty much everything moves, nice. I would say. Another product I would like to highlight is from Wild. We just got Wild on the shelves back there.
Okay.
We're selling out of the flavors like crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that would be another one that I would point out to you.
What do you think is the more popular flavor?
I've sold a lot of the blood orange today.
Blood orange? Okay.
Yeah, it's a sativa, so I've been selling a lot of those.
Nice. Matt likes the sativas. And so, real quick, two more questions because I know you're hustling and bustling back there. What do you prefer the most out of everything in the shop, and what have you had that put you on cloud 9?
I'm personally a flower smoker. Like I said, okay. I'm a big fan of solventless and just flower like that. Very high-end flower. My favorite brand right now is the Garcia hand-picked. Okay. I love the LA Baker, the flavor profile, the potency, everything works good for me. So that's what I'm smoking on right now, and I recommend that to anyone who's an indica smoker to try that as well.
Sweet. Yep. And have you had anything that after you took it, you were just like, what is happening to me? My soul is leaving my body.
Yeah, man. I would probably say anything from, I would say some of our 40 milligram, menu that we have, the Bubby's Bakes 40 milligrams are always good. Last time I tried one of those was Thanksgiving this past year, and I definitely enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner very much. Needless to say, anything from our 40 milligram menu normally gets me where I want to go.
Nice. So, you're at Thanksgiving dinner, you're like, man, this pasta is good. They're like, next week we didn't have pasta.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to let you get back to it. Thanks for talking to us. Of course, this is the HHPods, fully fermented, and we're here at Chesapeake Apothecary. We will see you guys in a little bit. What's all in here?
So this is our old book that we kind of let Wild and our partner company utilize. They now store all of their gummies and everything over here when they're finished. As you can hear them back there working on some things now. We started off with just our processing lab. We didn't partner with those guys, and they came in and with some edibles. Protein sales and for us in the state of Maryland, so we were the company that brought them to the state of Maryland, which has been a blessing ever since. It's been working out great. So now we kind of just split and utilize our space. My guy, I appreciate it. We kind of just split and utilize our space. So we split the break on. They took. I think that's the only one I needed, brother. I appreciate you, Ian.
Not a problem.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I said. Yeah, so now we kind of split and utilizing space. We shared a break room. They took over the kitchen. This is now their space. We let them utilize this, and now we still occupy this.
And what's funny is we were just informed, like, in case anybody hears a little bit in the background, some of the noise, they are not cutting up the product with a saw. They are replacing a sink.
Replacing an entire sink.
Even though that would be pretty gangster, seeing them just.
That would be crazy if that was the case back there. So this right here is our solventless processing room of our lab. Right here is where our 2 solventless tanks where we kind of wash all our fresh frozen flour and kind of create into the bubble hash process. That thing is brought down to negative 10 degrees. It's crazy in here, man. We have our freeze dry ovens over here where we take the bubble hash once we finally take it out of the tub.
How much can go in one of these?
What's up?
How much can go into one of these?
So I believe it is 7 trays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 trays. You may put an 8th on the bottom, but normally we usually just roll with 7. Kind of depends on how much yield we got from that one batch of flour. Sometimes some flours yield a lot heavier than others, so you may get a full pan as opposed to a half full pan.
How often are every single one of these completely full?
Depends on how much flour we have in the building, to be honest. If we have heaps and heaps of flour, then by the end of the week, all of them could be full. But generally, if you have a batch of fresh frozen that's yielding pretty heavy, you can fill one of these up in one wash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And what's this little press like?
So this right here is a rosin press machine. This is where you take the bubble hash once you kind of freeze dried it and it's fully dried and ready to go. You chop it up and that's when it turns to a little powdery substance. You slip that into a couple little pure pressure pockets. I'm trying to think of the right pocket containers. I guess you can just call them. It's not really a container because it's like a little cloth bag.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't really want to call it a container, but you slip it into there, pack it down pretty tight. It's like almost of a rectangular pancake. We have preset settings on here that we kind of got, and the recipes from some consultant training that we got when we first opened up, and they're saved into the system. So now you just slip the little square right in here. The machine comes down, it's heated, and it applies pressure to the bubble hash, which kind of squeezes it and compresses it down to make the rosin. If you were here for the process, and Sean and those guys are back here, you see it. You'll see the machine pressing, and it's kind of sitting on a little piece of parchment paper like this, and you just watch the rosin just drip down. Wow. Yeah, it's a pretty cool process when it happens. That's cool. Man. It's a pretty cool process. But the solventless bubble hash is what we use to make all our Eden products, all of our solventless rosin carts and disposables and concentrates. And we also make diamonds on the solventless side as well. And over here is our cart machines. My man Alex is over here pumping carts around 100 to 150 carts a day, going hard at it, man. And that's normally when we take the rosin or one of the resins and or some distillate also, fill it up into the machine and squeeze it into our different types of carts. It just depends on the brand that we're going for, on which product is going to be used to create that cart.
All right, so he's basically, and he's getting everything ready. So pretty much once you guys have it all right here, I guess, does it go out there onto the shelves at this point?
So it comes in from our delivery area over here on the side gate on the side of the building. They bring all the product in. We get the manifest, invoice, check everything off, make sure everything's there, and we just kind of go through and punch into our inventory, which Manny or one of us will do right here on the computer. And then once we finish bringing it to the system, it's brought over here for to get stickered, placed in different bins, and put onto the shelf ready to sell. And then we send it out to the floor.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
And just, you mind if I ask you a couple questions, man? Awesome. So, how long have you been here yourself?
Been about here 2 years now.
2 years. Okay, cool. And what do you think is the one product that you've packaged up the most and got prepared out? Like, is there anything that you see all the time? You're like, man, we're pushing more of this out. We're pushing more of this out. Like, what do you think comes out of the vault that you see leave out of the vault the most?
That's a really good question. So there are certain products that kind of move out for certain different demographics. Like if you're talking edibles, it's mainly the wild stuff that's been moving like crazy recently. Flower-wise, you're talking amnesia, really. That's kind of the one that's been flushed in and out the most as of late. Concentrates, there's a handful that kind of move in and out. And then the equity carts, we cannot keep them in stock. They go within a week.
Days.
Nice. Well, good stuff, man. Thank you for letting us know, and thanks for showing us the vault, man.
Yeah, man. This is our post-processing part of the lab. So this is where everything, once it's either weighed out, tested, this, that, and third, and sitting in the refrigerator here, all the bubble hash, when we're ready to go, our team will be in here packaging up the bubble hash, any of the concentrates, anything, any of the shatters, anything like that we just had in for testing the carts and whatnot. Once it's past testing, we'll sit in here and package it all. Also, these are ovens over here for all of the distillate and other products, butters and shatters that come from out of our BHO machine, the PX10 in the back, which we'll go back there and check out in a second. That's where I was explaining to you guys earlier, things have to go into these ovens where they have to off-gas.
Oh, really?
So all that butane and everything is kind of pumping off of there.
Well, it's funny because Matt made the comment a little bit ago, like he got Breaking Bad vibes.
Yeah,
and
so
back here is like really the Breaking Bad vibes.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. So just make sure you don't get those.
Yeah.
But you can get the product. So like right now, you got a couple of batches of shatter in there that they got off gassing in the oven.
Wow.
And then you can see like this one right here. It's all bubbling up. Those bubbles are the butane and all the gas.
Oh, holy crap!
Yeah, off gassing off of the product.
Wow.
So it's a whole process, man. Like I was saying, there's a lot to it. If you want to get some shots, you can.
So it says the temperature, it says like the vacuum, so it kind of like
it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's vacuum, so it's vacuum sealed. This door is vacuum sealed shut. So when the vent and the vacuum is open or closed, you can't open this because the air in the back is sucking.
Gotcha. So it would, I guess, would it kind of shoot you back?
Yeah, if you try to open that right now, it would explode in your face.
So it's kind of like an airplane door.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same concept. And then here's our short path machine, where we take crude oil that's produced from the PX10, Okay. Bring it through the short path over here, and that's where we make our distillate, which is what Wild uses, and we'll eventually start using for to make edibles and whatnot. You can kind of get a little image of it.
Now, if I were to dip my head in that,
it will be one of the most disgusting things you ever tasted.
Yeah, Matt just puts his head in that. He's like,
yeah. You would kind of hate. You would hate life. You would hate life. It wouldn't be a great situation. It wouldn't be a great situation.
And what this looks like an old school kind of like when you were at school, like a chemistry set.
Exactly,
yeah, it looks like a whole like chemistry set.
That's
going
exactly
on.
what it is. It's real life chemistry with this stuff, man. Wow. And then we can kind of go back here somewhere.
This is all prepackaged stuff that's in these fridges. So these just look like just regular everyday fridges. So do you guys like? I guess there's stuff in here that's ready to go. You guys just come up and just use the ice and the water in this thing just regularly?
No. There's nothing on that side.
Would the ice absorb it like into that? Like, could you have like?
No, we don't even have the water system on. That thing's off.
Would it though? Like, would the ice cubes absorb whatever was in there, and then you could get like?
No, it'll probably just sit.
THC ice out.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. You might have to think about that.
Yeah,
but
you just add that to your drinks, and you're just like, oh, all right. I'm not drinking rum and coke tonight. It's
a little harder now. Hell yeah. Yes, I like my Jack Daniels on the rocks, please. Nah, man, but we don't even turn that thing on. This thing has not been used. There isn't even any ice stored up over that side. It's all product on both sides.
Wow,
Yeah.
holy crap!
Yeah,
And do you guys think you'll have to get like another fridge or something like that soon?
So that's what these guys are for, and that big fellow over there.
Wow.
Yeah, we just bought that bad boy not too long ago.
So this big boy right here, this pretty much also has product in it as well.
Yep.
Wow, that's like a dual body freezer.
Fresh frozen, yeah.
Like if it like Jeffrey Dahmer is having a wet dream about this thing. like Jeffrey Dahmer is totally having a wet dream about this freezer because you don't only fit one person in here, but you get that like holds like a family. Like that's
absolutely.
Pratt's like that might be a two family.
But you get so much flour in.
It would never look the most appropriate size.
Well, when you get 4 or 5 pounds of fresh frozen product, man, you need something big.
Now that looks heavy. I assume that was probably relatively easy.
It wasn't the easiest thing to bring.
No. Okay,
Yeah,
I know
it
sometimes
was tough.
freezers look intimidating, but then you go to move them and they're super light.
It's cool when they got wheels on them. It's greatly appreciated when they have wheels on them. That's always appreciated. But then you have the ones that don't. It's like, all right, well, we got to work for this.
Yeah,
man. But yeah, this is where all the magic happens.
Man, this whole area back here is just completely,
It blew my
amazing.
mind.
It's the whole time I'm here.
Yeah, like I know, like, and I've delivered.
I'm that guy. So you good.
I've delivered copiers in places like this, and I've still never seen any of this. Like, it's
a
crazy.
different experience, man. It's
See what
definitely a
goes
different
into, because we've been to a lot of breweries and stuff like that. So we've seen like what the beer goes through. But like, I was excited for this because I'm like, hey, now we get to kind of see the process, what all you guys work with, what tools you do,
Yeah, but
all that
it's
stuff.
more technical than the brewery.
Oh yeah,
That I don't know.
Yeah, this is more science.
Yeah, 100%. That's why the real magic happens. Right where I'm going to take you to the PX10. These socks right here are either filled up with dry trim material or they either filled up with fresh frozen. Depends on the type of product we're trying to make. You fill them up into these socks. Which normally
Matt's gonna dream about those socks.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Like Matt puts his dick in regular socks. He wants to put his dick in those socks. Like,
this is every stoner's dream, man.
Yeah.
You take that shroom or the fresh frozen, stuff it in those socks, and we'll bring it back here to this room. This is the PX10.
Oh man, look at this thing.
This is our butane hydration system.
Jesus. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. This thing is beautiful.
So
man.
what goes into like maintaining this?
So this is hooked up to 2 machines outside, 2 big cooling machines outside that pump what's the word I'm looking for. That pump it's not antifreeze, but it's a coolant type substance in here into the room. These 2 tanks right here are solvent tanks. You fill them up with butane, and what's used to move the butane throughout the tank system when you put your dry sock material, right? So this tank is where the dry trim or the fresh frozen, those socks that's in on the table.
Yeah.
This tank is where those will go. And then you have to utilize an ice machine in order to push the butane throughout the system. So this thing cools down. I forget the exact temperature, but I know it's negative We was around negative 100 to 150 degrees
Really?
Celsius,
Holy
maybe colder,
shit.
probably colder, because these coils are frosted up once this thing is finally ready to go and frozen.
So will these be like, I guess, covered with snow, I guess? Like,
Basically,
like that?
yeah.
Wow.
These two and this tank right here will be covered with like a snow-like type covering.
Wow.
Because the machines outside is pumping the coolant in here into the system because this is, like I said, it's a butane. You know, butane is a gas, but it has to be kept into the liquid form in here. So this chamber is freezing cold in order for it to keep it liquid, but the nitrogen pushes it throughout the rest of this machine, which is where it's heated up and made back into the gas form. It's still a liquid form. It's still a liquid form. At the end, it turns more into the gas once you get to the end, and then it kind of has to recollect, come back through the system, refreeze into these coils, and gets pumped back into this first tank here. Wow. So yeah, it's a whole process, man. But it's a highly dangerous machine. You have to
How long did it take you to learn this machine?
This machine, it took me 2 rounds of training to learn this machine. Wow. And actually really get used to working it. And
when you first did it, did you ever hit a lever and you're like, oh shit, because you hit like that?
No. So like I was like, all of us were so fearful of this thing because it's butane. Like we literally, if it was on, we wouldn't be able to have our electronics in here right now. Because it's live butane and live gas and live flammable products. Any little spark could cause this whole room to explode.
Really?
This is exploding room. But there's any little spark.
So that's the most dangerous room in the building.
100%. 100%.
Is that why there's that big giant horn right there?
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of the room.
If you look through, there's gas detectors here. So there's butane being, because we have to off gas the nitrogen in order for keep the system working and kind of keep it from blowing and creating too much pressure in one of these tanks and having these tops blow up. You have to off gas the nitrogen periodically to keep these levels at a certain level. You only want to use nitrogen when you need it to push the butane throughout the system and to push the material all the way down to the bottom. You start off with dry material in here, and then it goes into a liquid form or mixing with the butane over here, and then now you're just kind of filling this into this tank down here where you're collecting all the concentrate once you send it through the whole process. It takes about roughly 30, 40 minutes for it to go through the process. The longest thing is soaking the flour, which you let it soak for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Once you fill it up with butane, you push it, turn on the nitrogen, push the butane from here, fill it up, fill this tank up with butane and put the flour so that the flour can soak into the butane, collect all those trichomes and everything off the flour, and that's when you start the process of pumping it all throughout the rest of the system. Wow. And that's how you end up with the shatter and everything at the bottom.
Man, I give you credit for learning this because
it's tough, man.
Yeah.
And I was never really a science guy. I was always more like math and I was good with English and writing and stuff like that. I was never really a science guy, but like learning this system right here and really getting familiar with it and learning how to work it. There have been several others that have now learned how to work it. It kind of gives you a nice boost in confidence, man.
Oh yeah,
especially on something that could take your life with one of those missteps, man.
Yeah, it's like either I learn this or I die.
Exactly. It was a fun process, man, and I liked the opportunity to challenge myself and to learn something like this. And this is kind of it's the beauty behind the product, man. This is how it's all made.
Nice. Well, thank you for bringing us back and showing us this awesome machine because I've never seen anything like this before in my life. And I'm sitting here with Greg, and Greg, I just found out you're Vince's brother.
Yes, sir.
So and Vince, we've known Vince a long time. Vince seems like he's a pretty straight-laced guy. You know all the fun stuff about Vince. So, I guess, have you been on this ride with Vince since the beginning? Like, did you guys come into this together? Did you come in a little bit later?
I came in on the back end just about, it was something he always talked to me about, on and off.
Yeah.
We have our little conversations here and there about, future, how to go about it and everything like that. So, kind of the reason why I came on, I think he started 2017 and probably 2 years later I came on.
Wow. So it's kind of a family thing, which is awesome. So
100%.
Has there ever been a day where you came in and Vince was just on your nerves and you're just like, bro, look, come on.
That's a daily. That's a daily. But I mean, if he doesn't get on my nerves, then I get on his nerves. So, it's all a love-hate thing.
Yeah.
But,
And so, Greg, what do you do here?
Everything.
Okay, cool.
Everything but count money. And, that's it.
So I guess you see that one terrifying machine that he showed us all the way in the back.
Yeah. They had me working with that for a little bit. I was like, I gotta go.
You're like, nope, not doing this. I'm not. So with you, of course, what products here would you recommend out to the masses? Is there anything that you prefer that you would recommend out? What's in your taste palette from everything you have?
Ever since I started, I've always been a big flower guy. So if you like edibles and go for a little ride, I would definitely recommend that. It's a lot of products back there. I would say give everything a try, really. It's all about that med card, though. I definitely go that route.
Nice. And is there anything here also that, like, you got it in, it was new, you tried it, and after you tried it, you weren't sure if your eyeballs were going to start bleeding or not. Hey, you're just kind of like, what is happening to me? Like,
I never had that. The capsules,
yeah. Something you feel in your soul. Like, is there anything that, like, you took and you felt it in your soul, and you're just like, wait a minute, what is this? This feels kind of good, but I'm also not sure if it should feel bad.
Like you said, the RSO capsules, I think they're like 100 milligrams when we had them. But when I first tried the Florida Kush, that flower, they sent me like that. That was pretty heavy and nice little ride.
And then real quick before you let you go, as I said, we know Vince, we know him kind of as a straight-laced type guy. Is there any embarrassing brother stories that you want to share about Vince before we let you go?
Man. Oh man, it's hard to think about that. It's so many. Huh?
Vince is standing back there like, choose wisely. He's back there like, choose wisely.
It's not really, I haven't really had too many embarrassing moments with him. Yeah, we had some crazy moments, but I wouldn't say it's really embarrassing. Like I said, I got love for him. I'm always got his back, so like I said, nothing's ever embarrassing, really.
Sweet. Well, Greg, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for talking with us, and this is the Happy Hour podcast, fully fermented.